Hi, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I am going to post some weight loss updates later this week. However, today I wanted to do a quick unboxing because my Boxy charm showed up. I'm not wearing makeup currently. I'm just wearing skincare and sunscreen. So we'll see. I know there are some skincare products in here. I mostly remember what I picked. I think possibly, maybe not. We'll see. Alrighty, so let's have a look. Okay, so first up we have the LIS Triple Fix Skin Serum Tint Stick. This is in the shade LN3 Bone Blush. I'm really hoping that L doesn't mean light, but I'm willing to bet that it does. I am incredibly fair-skinned, so this might be too dark for me, but it says it's a skin tint, so we shall see. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. I am going to probably, we'll see. I'm trying to decide whether or not I put this directly on my skin because I might want to pass it on, but I can, I suppose, sanitize it later. All right, so let me get a mirror really quick. Pop out my mirror and let's have a look. I'm gonna blend it out really quick and we'll see how it looks. It feels nice. It feels really moisturizing, so let's have a look. It is really sheer. I can tell because I can still, even if the camera's not picking up on it, there is a slight redness to my skin right here. So it is pretty sheer coverage, which means that this actually will work for me because it's not, like the shade is actually a little bit too dark for me, but it should work just because it's such sheer coverage. And it does feel nice. It feels like nothing. It feels very lightweight. I will say I will probably use this. It'll be good for summer, but I probably still prefer my CL skin tint. It's a really good skin tint. So, but I am going to keep this one. Sometimes the products that I get in these boxes, I pass on to friends. I'm going to apologize if you see black stuff all over my hands. I'm in the middle of still in the middle of a furniture painting project. So, yeah, I just took a pause to do this video while when my box arrived. All right, so that was the LIS Beauty Triple Fix Skin Tint Blurring Foundation Stick. Blurring. I don't know about blurring. Let's try that again. I feel like all makeup these days. Ooh, apologies, hit my microphone there. I feel like all makeup these days claims to be blurry, and some of it just is not. I know I'm not like zoomed in or anything, but I don't know about blurring. What do you guys think? Blurring? I don't think so. Maybe with a powder over the top. Went a little too far up there. Sorry. All right. The next one is it's the Biro. Let's see. Apple Matcha Green Tea Clearing Toner. This was one that I selected. I'm gonna give it a shot. In general, I have products. In general, I have skincare products that I like already. So I'll give it a try, and if I don't like it, I will just pass it on to somebody. You know, I tend to give these things away when I get them and I don't like them. I have a few friends that, you know, really appreciate not having to spend the money on skincare and makeup products. So, all right. Next we have, what is it? Is that? Ooh, can't see it. It's all sparkly. So, this is ATHR, which makes me want to say Arthur, but ATHR Beauty. This is the Diffused Reflections bronzing powder. We'll see. I'm curious if this is going to be matte or if it's going to be like what finish it's going to have. Ooh. Dropping little plastic thing. All right. I will say it is pretty in the pan. All right, let's have a look. Where is my little round brush? Oh, wrong. Oh, here we go. I don't hate it. So the thing about a lot of these products is that I don't hate them and I don't love them. Like, I am also fairly neutral, so a lot of times products that are supposed to be warming or cooling don't look quite right on me. Like, I've gotten contours that were way too warm for my skin, and then I've gotten bronzers that acted more like contour. So I will say this is really pigmented. You can just see I put way too much on here. And I only tapped it into the thing. So let's see if I can lift some of that off because it is very pigmented. Okay, that helped a little bit. But you can actually see where I like dab the brush. So like, oop, I have apparently paint on my fingernails. Apologies. Like you can actually see right here where I dab the paint, like dab the product onto my skin. So it doesn't move or blend out as well as I would like in a bronzer. Let me try a slightly bigger brush. Yeah, no, it's like not moving right here. Don't hate it. I feel like a lot of products seem to think that like the more pigment the better, whereas a lot of products like bronzer and stuff I really prefer to have like sheer buildable coverage or like medium buildable coverage because like I said, you can see this is just not blending out. Now I will say I'm not wearing foundation, it's on my skin, so that's probably partly why. But yeah, like again, I don't hate it. It's not, there we go. Be very careful with how much you pick up on your brush. Again, I don't hate it. It's not horrible. But I will say, like, I use like the MAC Luminous bronzer. I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like a radiant finish bronzer, and I like that a lot. This would be a good backup, I suppose, but we'll see. It's not horrible. I like it. It's a pretty color. It's not way, way, way too dark for my skin because a lot of bronzers tend to like make me look way more tan than I should. So yeah. All right. So this one, oh, there we go. This is the Creamy Malai Stick Blush. Wow, my light does not like gold. So the Farrah Creamy Malai Stick Blush in She Honey. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. All right. Packaging feels just like any plastic packaging. All right, so this is the color. All right, I will say I'm gonna not apply this directly to my skin. I'm gonna grab a clean makeup brush and pick some up and put it on my wrist just to see what the color looks like, because that is really pink. And I have to be careful with pinks. Like some of those softer like baby doll pink or Barbie pink, those really, really pale pinks I do okay with. But this is looking pretty, sorry, my light is washing everything out today. This is pretty bright. Let's try blending it out a little bit and see what happens. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Like I said, my light is washing everything out today. So yeah, that's not too bad. Let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand and pick it up off the back of my hand. I tend to stick to more peachy shades. Ooh, probably a little too much. I tend to stick to more peachy shades whenever I am doing blush, and I will say, well, this looks sheer on the camera. It is not in person. So, yeah. Like I said, I tend to stick to those sort of peachy shades, like the House Labs Pomelo type shades. They really just they do better for me. So like the pinky peachy shades are really kind of the colors that work best for me in terms of blush. I don't hate this. I will probably use it. It's a nice lightweight blush. It does feel, for a cream blush, and I have several, it feels a bit oily. So I'll have to look and see what the ingredients are in it, but it does have like a sort of oily feel. It is lightweight, and once it's blended out, it's fairly sheer. So these are mostly pretty good summertime products, so I'm pretty happy about that. I do like my makeup to be very lightweight in the summer, mostly because throughout the day I'm going to be applying sunscreen over it, and sometimes if you have like a moisturizing sunscreen, they will just destroy your makeup. So I do try to keep my makeup in the summer pretty lightweight. All right, so Wonder Beauty upgraded brows. Okay, Boxy Charm, let's have a chat. I feel like I've gotten brow products in my last several boxes, and while I do most of the time groom my brows, I have like post surgery, there have been slightly more important things going on. So it's got like a little brow gel, and then it's got little, again, I'm so sorry, you can see all that paint all over. I'm going to swatch some on the back of my hand. Oh, so it's, again, a little sheer, and I guess this is again probably a pretty good like set it and forget it type thing for summer, like a very low maintenance. Let's see, performance wise, because I have this delightful thing that happens with my brows, and that is that on one side, and you can see it right here on this one side, they stick straight up. Like they just, no amount of brow glue or brow gel or basically short of plucking them, they stick straight up. So yeah, this, I have gotten a couple of versions of this from different brands in my recent Boxy Charms. I will definitely say that this is probably not my favorite one, but I will have to try, like in terms of the gel, but I will have to try out the other one, or I'll have to go back and look and find the one that I like. But I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to try out the pencil. I'll let you guys know. All right, next we have so that's everything for like the typical box, but I also get Beauty Boost and I have a few add-ons. So the Beauty Boost for me this month was this stuff, which I'm gonna, because my light is apparently going to reflect off of everything today and my camera is not wanting to autofocus very well. All right, so I don't know if you can, there we go. So the Fresh Black Tea Instant Perfecting Mask. It's a fairly good sized product. Man, it just like reflecting off everything. I will say I do like this brand. I will probably love this if I had to guess. I use their like Lotus night cream and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I am actually really looking forward to that one. It was the reason I opted to not skip the Beauty Boost. I will say when I was doing my choices, one of the things that kind of surprised me was that there wasn't any kind of lip product in my choices. And I feel like summertime is a great time for like just a light lip balm, lip oil, lip gloss, and not much else. So like in summer, I like to use a lip stain and a lip oil, or a lip stain and a lip gloss, and just kind of go on with my day, which I haven't done today because like I said, I am actually doing some projects around the house. And all right, so this was one of my add-ons, and this is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Instant Glow Moisturizer. To be honest, I was looking through all of my skincare stuff this morning, and I realized that I'd already bought a backup for this, so I'm probably gonna send this to my mom. She loves that brand, and so I'm gonna send that off to her. Let's see. And then the other add-on that I had was, and I'm not going to show you guys the box just because it's super gold and shiny, which means it's going to reflect all of the light. But it was this stuff. It is the Celery AHA plus LHA Resurfacing Cream from Biro. And I have heard good things about this. Or sorry, serum, not cream. I've heard really good things about that product, so I figured I would give it a try. I don't know. What do you guys think? Good box, bad box? I will say I get Icon Box next month, so I will probably post that, but I'm mostly pretty happy. There are a couple of products that I'm probably going to pass on, and there are a few that I'm definitely going to keep. So, I'm pretty happy with the box. One of my big complaints with Glam Bag was always like, product samples, I almost never use them. I end up giving them away to people. So those little tiny minis and stuff, I would either use all of it really fast or use none of it. And I'd really rather have full-size products. So I did just kind of swap for the Boxy charm, and I do the Icon Box upgrade. So next Icon Box delivery is going to be in August, so that's next month. And I should be also getting an Allure Beauty Box later this week. And so actually, that might be arriving today. You guys might get 2 videos today, but I will try to film in between house projects. So hopefully I can get some of the paint washed off of me. It's not been wanting to come off before then. And thank you for watching. If you kind of want to follow along my weight loss journey or see these unboxings, please like and subscribe below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.